Jesus said you should forgive, and after forgiving, he said you should forget. So first of all, before you forgive me, I'd like to say apologies. These couple of weeks, Sijui, a lot has happened in my life, and I think I should have at least said that things are happening. Look at me smiling here because I know I've really not been the best person, but honestly, I'm apologizing right now. Samahani, because here we are now with some positivity and a story time. Alright, yeah, here we are. Wasting time, doing nothing. I don't know. Okay, yeah, alright. But this happened. I'm gonna give you a time range. Plus or minus, it can't be plus, but minus 2 years. In the last 2 years, a gap somewhere there. So your girl was out here looking for a job, wanted to make some money, you know what I'm saying? I was in a break of school, can't tell you which break, so as I said, we're leaving this anonymous. I'd been applying. There's a week that I'd applied like vigorously, and I'd been getting callbacks, so I was going for interviews. And then there's this one company that I really like that we're going to call Battle. It just seemed like a good place, like it looked like it fitted me, because one thing you also need to look for in a job is whether it suits you. You know what I'm saying? So I went and I was like, okay, I'm excited. They called me for my second interview. I'm like, whoa, thank you, Jesus. They called me for my third interview. I like, woo! Then finally they called me. They said, okay, come. You have 2 weeks of training, and then on the third week you start work like properly. Long story short, I got the job and they called me back for training. So training was for 2 weeks. We're going to call, what can we call this trainer? What can we call this trainer? Let's call him Cow. I feel cowish. So Cow was basically the guy who was going to train me for the next 2 weeks, just show me the ins and outs of the job, and then after my 2 weeks I was supposed to be ready. The thing with also Cow is that after a week he was going to take a holiday. This information will be relevant as we go throughout the story. Alright, so Cow was aight. He was aight for a couple of hours. Then after that, you know when you start feeling like, I don't know how to describe how he was, but he behaved like I came from his sperm. That's exactly how he behaved. He behaved like he helped manufacture, he helped co-create me with the Lord Jesus Christ, yet he did not. So that's what baffled me. That's what really confused my bloody mind, because I just met you and he was like 4 years older than me. So there's no way you helped co-create this beautiful, my fine self. There's no way you helped co-create this. You didn't. Are you seeing all this? Now the other thing about Cow, he's those guys who like yes men and women. You know, people who just agree with everything that you say. Hold up, my thing is a bit crooked and it's just suddenly once again. There you go. Okay. There are people who like people who say yes and agree with them in everything. So when you start disagreeing with them, they don't like you, or they start catching feelings. There's no way. I don't care who the fuck you are. There's no way you can always be right. You always have to be willing to learn from people. Because I'm not even about such schooling people here, because I'm not being. There are obviously a few things that I disagreed with him, so I voiced my opinion. Because when you ask me for my opinion, bitch, I'm gonna give it to you. If you don't want it, don't ask for it. So when I voiced my opinion, I realized, who are you? He's not the type even you can have a discussion with me. I'm not gonna waste my time. Me. I waste my breath to open your eyes. I don't give a fuck off. Stay with your ignorance. Kanayo! This one time, I'm gonna tell you the few little things that he did before the final day, which was Friday. So this one time, I remember we were crossing the road. So in this country, sometimes the car can be far. I'm saying it can be miles away. This car can be in Mombasa and we're out here in Nairobi. But if the traffic light is not showing green for us, for pedestrians, are we called for people walking, pedestrians? I think we're called pedestrians. For pedestrians, people won't cross the road. Me, as a Kenyan girl, because as Kenyans, we can even picture like this with the car. Like the car can picture, and you just... Life moves on. What you talking about? So cars don't scare me too much like that. So I remember this car was like where you are. Now, me, I'm here. Yeah. Can you hear me? I'm not sure if you can hear me, but me, I was there. That's where the wall is. And this car was moving dead ass slow because it was on a slow road. So I, instead of waiting for it to pass, I said, see, let me start crossing this road. Tell me, hey, I came from your sperm. I came from your sperm. Did I come from your sperm? No, I came from your sperm. Tell me why when I'm crossing this, when I'm crossing this road, I'm here like this. Because a nigga had held my hand and physically pulled me like this. My arm physically pulled me, and I turned like that because of how, not okay, that's a lie, I'm exaggerating. It wasn't a full 360 because you're still holding my hand, but the one like that, I don't even know how to describe, but that's how I turned, and my arm was hurting because he had seriously pulled me. And I said, maybe I did come from his palm. I believe in the Holy Spirit because the Holy Spirit entered me, and it was the one. It wasn't me. It was the Holy Spirit speaking. How? I didn't appreciate what you did there. That was actually mad. You think I've never crossed a road before? You think this is my first time crossing roads? I've crossed roads for so many years, my dear friend. So do not ever do that. We are not friends like that. We may become friends like that one day, but not today. So relax. It's either A, you're not seeing what the issue is, because he was going back and forth bickering with me. It's either A, you don't know what you did was wrong, or B, you know what you did was wrong and you just have some ego, unnecessary ego. That's why you can't admit to your mistake.
Now, there's nothing wrong with what I did.
You know what? Are you my child? No. Someone made a mistake somewhere, bringing you up. So that's not a me kind of problem. Next time, usinishike. Another thing that he did was one evening actually, because I used to sleep early. So one evening at like 10 or 9, he sent me a message telling me that the transport route that I normally use, there's some delays, so I'll have to look for an alternative. This is like at 10, mind you. We've been with you the whole day. Or maybe the issue came up in the evening, whatever. So I said, oh, okay. I was like, oh, this is so nice of him. Okay, thank you. Then in the morning, but I saw it in the morning. I said at 10, but I saw it at like 6 in the morning. So I sent my message. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Then I said, let me check online, because there's no way I'm just taking your word for it. Thought so. So I said, there's no way I'm taking your word for it. So I look and I'm like, hiya, interesting. My route, no problem, no issue. And he knows. The thing is, he knew what route I used to use because he's the one who helped me like figure out the transport system. So I'm like, oh, I've just checked online and my route seems to not have a problem, because we used to use like similar routes. So I'm like, are you using the route right now? And he took so long to reply, but eventually he said, yeah, I'm using it and there seems to be no problem. I said, ugh. Another time he messaged me when I was using my phone in the office, because we used to get in the office quite early and it took time before we started doing our own thing. So I was there using my phone and he had sent me a text. I only saw this text like at 3 in the afternoon, but he had sent me a text, stop using your phone. So I responded now like at 3-4, and I'm like, ha ha ha, lol, how am I seeing this now? He said some other, I don't know what UK slang, and I just typed lol. I don't even know what that means, so it didn't hurt. If I don't know what you're telling me, how can I be offended? Another thing that he would do is so when we are walking, doing our own thing out here in the streets of wherever, he'd be like, okay, you stand here for a bit, I want to go make a call, and yeah, so stand there. So me, I just stand, wait for him, and then I'd hear him laughing, because me, I thought, I'm like, bro, he must be making a business call. Nah, bitch! He's calling his friends to tell him about some silly thing that had happened when we were walking. Hey. Now I've become an askari. Now I have become an askari. Like, let's say you're his things, I'd keep my distance. Publicly, I'd just be moving away like this. Stalling, just looking around like, bro. I don't know whose property that is, but I'm low-key also keeping an eye on it. But I wanted him to also see that I'm not watching his things. And eventually he'd bring his little, take his, he'd be like, yeah, let's continue what we're doing. And I said, yes. Friday comes. What happened is that like at 3:30, let's even say 3:30, he was going to go and cut his hair, and he told me like what I'm supposed to do. What's like, let's use this house for example. So he said, just clean the bathroom, and then when I come, clean the bathroom, and then when I come, we'll clean, like, let's say this bedroom. I'm using a metaphor, obviously we're not cleaning any house. He left, and he left me to clean the bathroom. This is like at 3:30. So he left me clean the bathroom. I cleaned the bathroom, and I finished, let's say, at like 4:15, 4:20 there. And I called him, and he said, okay, I'll be 5-10 minutes. You can do the bedroom, but don't do the pillowcases. I'm giving you an example. But don't change the pillowcases. You change like the bed sheets, clean the floor, whatever. 5, I finished except the pillowcases. And then he's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm 5-10 minutes. I'm just like stuck in traffic. Let me tell you why he wasn't stuck in traffic. Because this road that he's saying he's 5-10 minutes away was flowing on both directions. But who am I? Maybe there was traffic somewhere else and I don't know. So my blood was just boiling, because what I was doing was basically standing in the street waiting for this human being. And then one of the guys that we had talked to saw me, and he's like, oh, hi, how come you're not coming in? Come in. And I'm like, oh, I'm waiting for my colleague. I didn't want to impose and come in because I knew my colleague knew him. This cow knew them, but I didn't know them, so I didn't want to we are boys. So I said I'd just stand outside. He's like, no, come in. So I sat inside. This is like at 5:10, 5:11. He sends me a message saying, oh, I'm right next to you. Okay. This is an English speaking country. We need to clarify that. So there shouldn't be any issues of communication in terms of English, because that's all you speak. Sorry, not you. That's all people here can speak. What gets into your mind when someone says I'm right next to you? I'm right next to you means less than 5 minutes. In fact, let's even extend. Let's even mean 15 minutes. That's what I'm right next to you means. Then later, after I'm right next to you, he says, I've taken the wrong bus and I'm going the wrong direction. Let me tell you, let me tell you why this doesn't make sense. This twat was from where we were. Which idiot sits in a bus, notices, oh, we're going the wrong way, this is not the stop that should be next. Oh, let me keep sitting until this bus takes me the wrong so far, and then I have to use another route. So according to his explanation, after I'm right next to you, 5:11, now this is like 5:20, 5:28, 26 there, he said me how he has to now take a long route back, and I should change the pillowcases. Then he calls me. Mind you, this time he had called me like twice. So he called me again to ask me,
hello, can you do me a favor?
No remorse, no apologies, because no lie, I understand. Sometimes when you go get your hair done, even as girls, obviously I know, sometimes you do run late, like you think it's going to take you 30 minutes, but you sit there for 2 hours. Shit happens, so I completely understand. And I do understand that maybe what happened, he may have gone, then he realized, boy, there's a long queue. This guy said they'd be ready at 3, and they probably started later. But just literally, it's just telling me, okay, this is the situation. Don't lie. Wahura, so can you do me a favor, please? I said no, because mind you, as I said, he's always, when I tell you cow was always asking for favors, I don't mean he was asking this favor. Can you do me a favor? Can you hold for me my bag, please? Then he's not asking you, he's asking whilst giving you. So you're not asking, you're already assuming I'm gonna do it. So even this time he tried that on me. I said, not today, not today. I've been waiting here for 30, 40 minutes. You're still not here, so I'm not gonna do you a favor.
Alright, cool. I'll see you then.
Not more than 5 minutes later, he calls me again. You know when you're annoyed and you just need to breathe for like 1 or 2 seconds, get your composure, because you don't want things to come out of your mouth that you'll regret. So I said, this call I said, I didn't pick it. I did not pick that call. I said, you're not wasting my time to keep telling me you're 5-10 minutes away, and it's here 5:45 now already. So I didn't pick that call. Then he called again, and I said, okay, fine, I'll pick this one. So where are you? And I said, I'm waiting. Then even before he finished explaining, I disconnected. I'm not gonna lie, it felt so good. I hung up on him. It felt so good. And then he called after, like, it's like 5:50, almost 6 o'clock.
Where are you? I can't see you.
So he comes in, you know, and he had that smirk on his face because he had cut his hair. But I don't see the difference when guys shave, and I do those 2 trims. To me, if you're handsome, whether or not you're that trim. And if you chapad, you're chapad, whether or not you have a hot trim, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make a difference. That's just me. So he comes in, I give him his things.
Can you come outside for 1 minute? I need to talk to you.
You're seeing this face? That's the face I had. I had stopped being pissed actually at this point. I'm not lying. I wasn't. You know when someone behaves so ridiculously, you can't even afford to waste your energy on being annoyed at them. Why should I be angry? Yet you're so irrelevant in my life. So walk outside.
Alright, cool. I did not appreciate how you talked to me. But how you talked to me, it was very disrespectful.
I think. Are you not seeing the time? Is your watch working? You to play victim. This is not your script. As if I'm gonna stand here and let you talk to me like this. Listen, I've been waiting here for even before I finish 30-40 minutes and you've not come.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
That's how I reacted. This was me. Hey, you. I told you. What I say? He thinks I came from his palm. Pouting. What are you pouting for? I started walking away in the middle of the street in front of people walking here back and forth so that you can belittle me and say whatever you want to say. I'm not gonna give you that opportunity, boy. I'm gonna walk off and I'm going to go. You know what? I'm not having this discussion with you. And I literally turned my body like this, see or him, and I started walking away.
You know what? Don't even come in tomorrow.
Me, I'm coming tomorrow. Hiya, me, I'm talking to the boss and I'm coming tomorrow. I've talked to the boss. Now he's holding his cup pocket here to show me, auntie, this is where the phone is.
I've talked to the boss. Listen, I've talked to the boss and don't come in tomorrow.
I'm coming in tomorrow. You enjoy your holiday. Have a nice holiday. Bye. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I did. No fear, no shame. Because I knew there's nothing wrong I've done. I've not been as rude as I would have been. And now I was sitting on the bus and I was just like... a just lost her job. So I said I'm going to call my boss or possibly go to work and just explain my side of the story. On one of my stops I got off and I decided to call him and I was just like, what can we call him? Blue. Hello Blue, it's Wahura. Sure you've probably heard from Cow, but yeah, we just had a disagreement and I just wanted to clear my name and let you know that I didn't disrespect him in any way. I feel like he disrespected me, and thank you so much for the opportunity and the chance to work with you guys, but yeah, he told me not to come to work tomorrow. Blue said, he told you not to come? Aye, how? He's not your boss? And I said, yeah, he told me not to come. He said that you said I don't have to come tomorrow either, and he had let you know. He said, no, there's nothing like that. I'm even wondering why you're out here telling me thank you for the time and the opportunity, because we signed a contract, you and me. We didn't sign a contract with him. I said, cool. Well, I guess I'll be coming to work then. Yeah. See you at work. Ding, ding. Cow didn't come to work because he had taken a holiday. And long story short, it wasn't as satisfying. But there's one time when we had come back to the office and my colleague was talking to him and he saw me. So I was like... and he said he wanted to talk to the girl who I had come with. And then I went and talked to the boss. I was like, bruh, talk to everyone you want to. You think I care? Anyway, that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Hope you're all doing great. Fantastic. Fanamad gorgeous. Feel free to follow me on my social medias for a more intimate relationship. And Wamula Kabuka on Instagram and on Twitter. I want to do Q&As. So please slide inside the DMs and I want to answer whatever questions that you have. I think I'll take all the questions. What's the day today? Today is what? Today is Wednesday. So send in your questions by Saturday night. I'm your angel. As usual, for my more videos, there they are. Enjoy. Bye. Sayonara.